Hey y'all, it's Lindsay the Fiber Seed, and it is WIP Wednesday where I share what I've been working on, which are a couple of things. We are on day 2 of 2 for being here at the studio, and we'll be off again to our last fiber show of the season. We are going to be at Maryland Alpaca and Fleece Festival. It's our first year there. We're going to be in the sheep and goat barn, so check out the goat barn. We'll be in there with all the yarns. It'll be fun. So looking forward to that. What else is going on? Well, because we went to New England and there's a 13-hour one direction drive, so that means I had 26 hours of knitting. I might have dozed off a little bit. But anyway, I wasn't driving, so that didn't matter. I finished this. We're not going to talk how long this WIP has been a WIP, but I finished my Glide by Dawn Barker using Sprout Sock in Lovebirds. I used one hank instead of 2, so this is kind of like what one hank minus the yarn it would take for swatches would look like. And it's got the fun little ribbing edge to it where you kind of continue the patterning, and that's how you kind of finish it off. But yeah, so if you like to cuddle in your knit, do 2 like the pattern calls for. If you like this size, 1 will do it. Also, I love, didn't I mean that, no pun intended. Love that the Lovebirds patterning ended up with a heart in it. Like, I didn't intend that. I was working on it and I pulled it apart. I'm like, there's a heart in my knitting. That is so cool. So anyway, that is something I finished. I finished the swatches of Double Dutch and Mudpie, the November Colorway, which is going to be in the shop this Friday. So check it out. Do I have the swatches? No, because the trailer is packed and all of my samples are in there along with the swatches. So yeah, I'll have pictures of those for sure for you. But let's just show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So this is sock, and there's so many colors. Look at all the colors in here. And little speckles. And then there's DK. Look at all the speckles. And then the worsted. I absolutely love this colorway. I'm going to make a sweater. I mean, we're not going to talk about the amount of sweaters I have waiting to be made, but I'm going to make a sweater out of this. So yeah, this will be in the shop on Sock DK and Worsted this Friday. We made some especially so that Laura can ship them out to you next week, even though we'll be driving back from Maryland Alpaca and Fleece. So there's that. I worked on that. I haven't started this yet, but it's going to be a WIP because I have, I think, a 7-hour drive one direction to get to the show this weekend. But I'm making a beloved hat by Tin Can Knits out of my extra Sprout worsted. Now this pattern I believe calls for DK, but you can kind of make it any way. You just gotta figure out the size that you need to pick for the size that you're gonna make it for with the weight that you're doing. So I'm gonna use this because this is my leftover from knitting the blanket I made for my niece. And I've got that in my Cottontail Farms bag because that's flamingos on it. Anyway, I get to see her at Carolina Fiber Fest. That's in March. So I worked on that. I'm going to work on that. I worked on this though in my Allegheny Fiber Arts bag. Flamingos again. I have a theme going on here. It's pink and flamingos. So I'm making an Anker summer shirt by Petitknits, and I'm using Aisling Yarns non-superwash BFL, American BFL, and this is what it looks like. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Not that I'm not making it to look like the thing it's supposed to look like, but this is how far I've gotten. So I've gotten onto a larger needle length, and there is where I am. Look at me! Look at me! I think I need to look, but I think I'm close to my sleeve separation. Super excited. It's soft. I'm definitely excited about getting this done. So that, I mean, it's not going to be a long sleeve, so, you know, I won't be wearing, maybe I could possibly wear it maybe once before it gets too cold to wear it, but I'm excited about working on it. So there's that, and then, because I finished the blanket, I finished this, I finished swatches, it's like, ooh, I should start something. Well, I haven't yet, but I did pull out another one of my long-standing WIPs. I started a Shifty by Andrea Lowry a while back. This is, so for reference, this is Shifty 1.0. She's since made a 2.0 version where she changed some stuff up, but I've knit I'll show you how far I've knit on the concept of this sweater. And I was like, I'm not tearing it out. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go with 1.0 because I loved how 1.0 looked. So I'm going to knit 1.0. So anyway, this is how far I'd gotten on it. So I'm using Wanderlust. It's all sprout sock because you can use, I don't remember the pattern called for sport or sock, but you can use our sock for sport patterns. Wow, say that like 5 times fast. Anyway, what did it call for? It called for a light sport weight yarn, which you can use our sock weight for. Ta-da! Anyway, I used Wanderlust as my main color, and then because it's not the same as the yarn that was in the pattern, I'm alternating my secondary colors with Ginger, Cameo, and Night Zone. So I haven't gotten into my Night Zone yet, but I've got some Ginger and then Cameo and then back into Ginger again. And while I had it in my mind, I sat there and wrote out the sections where I was going to change my colors and which colors I was going to use. So I didn't have to think about it when I got to it when I picked it back up. So here's where I'm at. I think it's a 3/4 length sweater, but I think it's going to be 3/4 length, but it's going to be more close to this because I kind of like my sleeves right here. So they're not over. I like long sleeves, but long sleeves in winter and having to roll them up and all nonsense. Anyway, that's about where I'm going to go with it. Right there. Anyway, I'm excited about that. And I think that is going to be a fun project. I got it in my note bag, my Erin Lane note bag. It's got unicorns on it. And sheep. A sheep wearing unicorn outfit. So I got that. Okay. So those are the things I was working on. Let's talk about what I got at New England. Fiber Festival New England. I stopped in Valerie Luke's handmade booth, and I got a wool skirt, and this is wool, like she basically repurposes wool sweaters and she made skirts, and it's got they had long and short versions, A-line and then more of a frilly skirt. That's not the right word for it. Twirly skirt. And anyway, there is a little adjustable drawstring so you can make it tighter if you need to, but it's stretchy and it's soft. And look how pretty it is. It's got different patternings and textures. Okay, so love that. Got that. Then I got some gifts I can't show on here because the people that I got them for can see it. But I got Penelope this cute little apron. I think it's from, let's see, Moon Fairy Designs. So this is, she finds stuff at thrift stores and secondhand, all that stuff, and she repurposes it into aprons. So I got this for Penelope because she doesn't have her own apron. I thought she would absolutely just love it. So I'm excited to give her that. That might be a gift. I can't show it to you because it was so big. I went to I think it was Massachusetts, and now this is bad. I should have looked at the paper. Anyway, we got a wool blanket that was made from Massachusetts wool and made in Massachusetts. And it's just like a plaid that's a small check plaid that's tan and white and a little bit of light gray. So got that for him. I went to Cottontail Farms booth and I got some little, I'm going to call them nobbins. This is not the proper term for these little guys. Tags, I guess, for my hand knits. And that one's got a ball of yarn. It says handmade on it. Same with this one. Oh, that one. And this one says handmade. It has a little heart. So I thought that'd be a fun thing to put on Penelope's sweater, the little heart one. And the other one's on some of my sweaters. So I also got Penelope a stitchable ornament. It's Triceratops, and there's pink in here. And she has a pink Triceratops that I bought with a crocheted amigurumi piece that I got in another show. And so I thought she'd enjoy doing some stitch work on that. So I was super excited to find that. And then I went to Yarn Over Floyd's booth and I got some stuff. So I got myself a minis bag, and Yarn Over Floyd is known for doing dye work that's natural dyes. So I love seeing what she comes up with. So this one has walnut and iron, marigolds, weld, madder, cochineal, all the things, right? Love it. And then out of picture, I've got a goldenrod made with goldenrod. colored bulky yarn, and I had gotten one skein a couple of shows ago, but I saw these guys together and remembered my goldenrod, and so I got this, and I have no idea what I'm gonna make with it. But I started getting an idea. I'm like, what if I did something like the pressed flowers concept? I don't know that there's a bulky option, but like that kind of idea with these, which means I need to get more of this possibly, but have these colors and then the gold as a thing. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I just absolutely love this combo, so I had to get it. So this is madder root, walnut, and logwood and lac extracts. So I thought that they were really cool looking. And that got me excited about working with some fun bulky yarns. So that's what I found at the Fiber Festival New England. Those were my WIPs, and I have another 7-hour drive, so I'll be working on those, but I might find some new stuff at Maryland Alpaca. So until next time, happy crafting.